Welcome, my friends, to XboxEra. If you're new here, let me fill you in. XboxEra is a platform for the Xbox community with best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and of course, XboxEra.com, your destination for the best news, reviews, and features, all focused on your favourite platform, Xbox. It's every Xbox fan's gateway to the best of XboxEra. Our incredible podcasts listened to in over 50 countries worldwide, our in-depth reviews, our own merch store for the coolest in gaming threads, and of course Dayone, where you can track, rate and discuss your favourite games on Xbox Game Pass. We're a small, agile and independent publication, and importantly, we're completely funded by you. If you value having a publication truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Despite the fact that the team running XboxEra haven't been to journalism school, we're still lucky enough to be supported by some incredible people. While we adore all of our patrons, we have to give a very special shout out to our executive producers who go above and beyond for this team, allowing us to achieve so much more than we could without them. Peter B, Top, Not Jack, Mohammed Sherez, Kevin S, Korkenstein, Jordan White, Jordan Landau, Frankie C, Devin H, Britt, Assassin Entertainment, and our grand benefactors, Torn Raptor and Crowd56. You guys are fucking awesome, and we love you. If you want to become legend like this lot, head to patreon.com/XboxEra. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines. The date is September 26th, 2024. I'm Seki Mechanico, and Jesse and I will be talking you through all of the latest in gaming news from across the industry. All of the platforms, actually. As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, we'll make audio versions of these episodes available to them to listen to in the Patreon app. But if they have Spotify, they can link them together and listen to it wherever the hell they like, really. That's nice, isn't it? Love it. If you want to be a Patreon member, you could just head to XboxEra.com and click the Patreon link, or head to patreon.com/XboxEra and subscribe, because we need you. I've recovered.
Nothing
well,
happened.
I thought nothing happened. What did happen? Oh, you zoomed in and out. Were we wrong way around? I don't know.
No, I hadn't maximized yet.
Oh, whoops.
Shit happens. This is my second time waking up. Second time does not work as well as the first.
No, you enter into the groggy phase of waking up.
Ooh.
The fabled second sleep is not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
Often ends up making you feel worse.
It is not, unfortunately. I will say I did lower some settings today because we are about to get hit by a hurricane. So just in case anything starts going wrong with Spectrum. So if you notice any hiccups
Be
or
safe,
anything.
Florida. Please.
They are not. The panhandle is about to be the broken handle. It is potentially going to get slammed by a Category 4. Good morning. That's 200 or 130 mile an hour winds and insane rain and huge swells. Like the main worry for us, because it's not going to be close to us, but the main worry is storm surge, where the water just keeps coming up and up and up, and I think we're at like the 10 to 12 foot range, and they're saying it could be 5 to 8 lower than us, not quite up to us. So we're fine. We're in a little hill essentially for Florida, where it's like, I don't know, 10 feet higher elevation or 20 feet higher elevation than most of the areas around us. So we're normally fine. We never have any problems. But all the people on the coast, thems I feel bad for. It's going to be real rough. They're going to feel the way the patrons feel when you talk about them.
Wow. There you go.
It's pretty bad.
Be safe out there. There's a lot to talk about today, so we're going to hammer through it. Obviously, if you were in bed, America, earlier this morning, Xbox had their Tokyo Game Show broadcast, but we were up for it, or you guys were nice and early, with Ursel and Special Nick turned up for a little bit, and then took over the stream to stream some Fortnite and Rocket League afterwards, and Prince of Persia, I think. You can go catch that reaction broadcast live on the channel now. But
And
we're going to break down.
It is a reaction broadcast, so don't be surprised when it's us talking more than the stream. If you just want to watch the stream, as people get very mad every time we do this, but if you want to just watch and hear the stream, you go to youtube.com/Xbox. It's all right there. You can watch it, and then you can come and look at our reaction if you'd like.
Yeah. And my reaction was mostly this.
Playing Bellatra like a simp.
Yeah, I don't.
Even all your simping didn't get you this beauty.
No, it didn't. It is a great game.
10 Bellatra cards. See, still in the wrapping. That's why I can't really show it off because of all the reflection.
Yeah, it's all right. Save it. Keep it wrapped. That's right. Xbox did a decently long broadcast for a Tokyo Game Show broadcast. Yeah. And they did have a surprising amount. In that I've been writing news pretty much since we wrapped up, and I don't know, I've gone and looked at what else needs covering, and there's a solid amount. So I'm going to walk you through everything. First of all, they announced, they showed off a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Snake Delta, whatever it's called, Snake Eater, I think.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Yeah,
that. So that's cool if you're into that. It's another trailer there for that one. They announced We Love Katamari Reroll Royal Reverie, which was announced and is coming to Xbox Game Pass today. So that's now available to play across PC, Windows PC, and consoles. Final Fantasy Pixel remasters all came 1 to 6 are out today, not on Game Pass, but available on Xbox and Windows PC with cross progression, I believe. So play what somewhere, you can pick it up somewhere else. It's nice. It's nice to see that. I miss that when games don't have it, as someone with an Xbox and a PC and a handheld. So congrats, Final Fantasy fans. It did leak, which is a bit of a shame, but you know.
Thankfully, it was their own dumb store and not somebody just online being a dink. Yeah, which is a shame. But it's cool that they're there now for people that really want Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. In other news, All You Need Is Help, which was revealed earlier this year, is now available today on Xbox Game Pass and everywhere else, funnily enough, but not on Game Pass because nowhere else has Game Pass apart from Xbox. But it's a 4-player controlling Tetris-like shapes. So there's no single player on this. It's a 4-player cooperative game, puzzle game. We might stream some later on this evening, so keep an eye out. Because how are people going to review that? They need 4 friends. Well, we have friends, so we're going to do it together and see if we can get some games on. So keep an eye out on the channel for maybe another stream today, because I don't think there's another video going live today, right? If memory serves. Not that I know of, but knowing us, there's probably something in the works that there was an embargo that somebody forgot about, and then it'll pop up in 2 hours and be like, oh, okay. But who knows?
In terms of other things on Game Pass, Trials of Mana and Legend of Mana are now available on Xbox Game Pass today, as well as StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 Campaign. They are now available on Game Pass for PC, I believe. They're already free to play, but now they're available as part of Game Pass. I don't know what.
I don't think StarCraft was free to play.
Apparently it is.
Well, I bet you it has a free to play, but you don't get the expansions and stuff that actually make it
probably
the full game, would be my guess.
Yeah. And then we've got Tanuki Pond's Summer was also revealed for Xbox. This is a BMX riding raccoon delivering mail around quaint Japanese towns in order to earn enough money to fix up a statue.
Tanuki Hawk, pro mail deliverer.
Yeah, he looks adorable and very cutesy and Studio Ghibli like. Plus, you're a raccoon doing cool bike tricks, so why wouldn't you want that?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of those things, and I'm literally just bullet pointing them now, they also showed off a new trailer for Fragpunk with the I think beta coming, open beta on October 10th
for console and PC,
which is nice. I played that at Gamescom. I liked it. It's a tricky thing to try and do a free to play squad-based Valorant-style shooter nowadays, considering how
We don't know this
saturated
one.
that market is.
The next game after Tanuki Pond, I would like to talk about Threads. Why is there the kids' school has called me 3 times in a row? Leave me alone. It's just to say school's not on for Friday because that's when the storm will be hitting. They canceled yesterday and today for prep because they're also like shelters for if people get told to evacuate. But this Threads of Time game that's shown here right now, really pretty, really interesting, like going through various points of history premise. It's from a lot of veterans of these types of games. It looked really cool. That was like my game of the show.
To look at.
Yeah, really nice
visually
looking.
Absolutely arresting.
Once it jumps to like the present day and then the friggin' apocalypse shit, and it's like, that looks awesome.
Yeah, totally not my kind of game, so virtually zero interest, but I can acknowledge it looks fantastic. I love the art style. But we had that. We had Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, like some things.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake.
We got a new trailer for Bleach: Rebirth of Souls. We saw Asura Zhang, which is a anime battle royale game.
Like the 3/4 view, almost Diablo one. Looked interesting. It like immediately just looked like it had a bunch of famous anime characters in it.
Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do that a little bit. What else? We had Atelier Yumiya. Again, I don't know what that is.
It's a JR. It's like a Japanese role-playing game that's never been on Xbox before. This is the first one.
The guy to talk to about Japanese role-playing games.
You never heard of Atelier, even though we reviewed one that wasn't on Xbox.
I've heard of Atelier, but whatever Yumiya. I don't know.
People do get very mad at us if like Cengiz covered a game, the Sandwich Caravan, that wasn't on Xbox, and people got really mad. Like, it didn't keep us from covering anything else. It was just a game he really wanted to play, and so we got him a code, and then he wrote a little review. That was it. It was just an extra. Like, we're not charging anyone for anything, so...
Yeah. You can only complain if you're a Patreon member, and even then...
John won't care. I mean, unless it's Storm Raptor, and then you'll immediately get on your knees.
I'll listen. Well, as the future CEO of XboxEra... Who am I to blame him? As well as that, they announced camps in Fallout 76. Dogs and other pets. I think cats.
Well, you have a camp, but now at your camp, John, you can have a dog. The announcement was dogs and cats.
Okay.
Camps have literally been the main thing
in
the game since it launched.
I wrote these notes very quickly. There you go. Dogs and cats.
You've had 4 years to know that camps were a big thing in
Mass
Fallout.
hysteria. That's what this is. We also saw Slitterhead.
It looks so weird. I gotta find that on here. It's pretty much it's like a character action third person thing, but you're always jumping between people. Where the hell was it? Here it is. So you're just jumping between regular people and taking them over as this like little friggin' virus bug thing in their head, and like you'll jump into a guy and then you'll jump off and you'll be up above nothing and then leave his body so he can just fall to his death and take over someone else, and you're using everyone's blood and crystallizing it as weapons. It's really weird. It looked a lot better than the previous time they showed it, where it looked pretty framey and janky. It looked less framey, less janky this time. So yeah.
Nice.
Really weird. Like he's just jumping off a building, guy's about to fall to his death and die, jumps out and goes into someone else.
Sounds fun. We also had Starbites, which is a sci-fi turn-based RPG exploring a desert planet with friends, but not co-op because that isn't a thing. But yeah, the planet's called Bitter, apparently.
But the game was super sweet. It was like steeped in sucralose kind of happiness. It was weird. It started out kind of like depressing at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it jumps into this happy music, and everyone's like, "Yay, yatta, yatta!"
Accurate. What else? Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remasters. They appeared again.
We got a date.
Which is a Konami RPG franchise, and they showed off some some of the new features.
He
coming
beat
to
up
these
a
remasters.
British guy named Robin Hood who's wearing a hood.
So there's that. We had Sin Duality Echo of Ada, which is now coming January 24th in 2025. So pre-orders are available today. This is a PvPvE extraction shooter with you and an AI partner. This is the one where I said, it's like Gundam mechs, and it was like, no, it's mechs.
Yeah. They weren't flying around. They were just on the ground going, They were closer to Titanfall than anything else.
Yeah. What else?
God, they showed a lot.
I think that's everything. That is everything.
You did.
That's a lot.
You didn't even talk about Visions of Mana or the. Did you talk about the Mana games?
I did talk about the Mana games.
Yeah.
As in, I said, Trials of Mana and Legend of Mana are available on Game Pass today, and then I moved swiftly on because we have an hour.
It's only been 15. There wasn't a ton of stuff to talk about. It wasn't crazy busy.
Lots.
Okay, there is. I deleted like half too. There was so much. So there you go. Yeah, that was. I would call that for the types of shows that Xbox TGS is, which is strengthening ties with new partners or strengthening ties with existing partners and making them with new ones. This is what you get. It's not gonna be huge Capcom reveals because they've got most of their stuff locked up with PlayStation via contracts that we saw leak for $10 million, or it was like $4 or $5 million. Forever marketing on Resident Evil is like brilliant deal, but Square doesn't have anything new, and I don't think they kind of will for a while. That isn't something that's already tied up to Sony with the Final Fantasy VII. I don't know what the hell the third one will be called. Returnal would be funny. But yeah, like you're not going to get the big AAA. It is only Southeast Asia focused. I don't think like the Liza P devs would have been ready for anything. For what these shows tend to be, that was I gave it a solid B. It was like that was a good one. It was a lot better than last year.
Yeah, I didn't really love it because I'm virtually interested in nothing shown. But that's okay. It's not for me. So I can just move on with my life. They did reaffirm, however, when Phil and Sarah were on stage, one of them, I can't remember which one, did reaffirm and confirm that, hey, as we head into 2025, we have Avowed, we have South of Midnight, we have Doom, the Dark Ages, we have Fable, and more coming from Xbox first party. That is like 3 of those games I absolutely want to play, and one of them I would be willing to try.
What's the willing to try?
Avowed.
Oh, you probably hate it. I know you.
I'm willing to try. But yeah, that's
Obsidian's greatest strength is not their gameplay. It can be good. It is their writing. Their writing is amazing. Like they have some of the best writers out there. So if you're in the mood for making choices and learning lores and whatnot, I think Avowed will be up your alley. And I'm hoping the gameplay is solid. I don't expect it to be amazing. Also, it's now I know they said it left to get away, but I think it was also to get away from some of their own stuff more than others, because people have been like, oh, now they're gonna have to move it again. It's like, I don't think they have anything else in February, so that's what they're not worried about, because they had Stalker 2, which is a very big release, get pushed to November, and they're like, okay, we're gonna move Avowed. There's a lot of stuff, but there's also our thing, and so I don't think that they'll move it again. Now that, as we'll talk about later, February is getting more and more stuffed.
Yeah.
Glorious, isn't it? Just got a message for a game coming out on Steam called Mouth Washing, and the icon of the game is just an eyeball. Video games are weird.
Okay. Don't you love it, though?
Your space freighter will run out of power in 6 months. Food rations long before that. Hope to die, or for goodness sake, pray that everyone else does. That is a hell of an opening line. Next story.
Man, the next story is Balatro on mobile is now available officially. And it's really annoying because I've been sitting here because it came up and then Google was like, hey, would you like £3 off with some store credit? And I was like, okay. And then the store kept crashing. And I'm like, stop crashing, please. I want the game.
Because I was supposed to have access to it and be able to talk about it today, but it never worked. I think they just gave up. They were trying to get the early access thing working through the Play Store, and it never did.
Yeah,
sadly.
it just keeps crashing. I'll worry about that later on. Nice to see everybody in the chat, by the way. Please do hit that like button if you haven't yet, because we appreciate it, including any lapsed MechWarrior fans that are in the chat, because they have inundated my MechWarrior 5 preview and made it one of the best performing videos of the month, which is delightful. I'm very pleased with that, because for a whole day it was like, 50 people have read your preview. I was like, very sad face. And then it suddenly exploded. So thanks, MechWarrior fans.
All over your face.
Love you guys. All over my face. It was delightful. Next up in news, Xbox is closing down the Game Pass mobile app because they've realized that Game Pass is unsustainable and bad for the industry. No, they haven't really. They're closing the Game Pass app because they're merging it to just the Xbox app so that everything's all in one place.
Except for there's still not everything there.
Not yet.
Yeah, they still have
because
one
I
other
think
app.
one of the reasons they split these out was because Apple wouldn't allow cloud streaming on the app.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Apple.
And they can't have their store without giving a 30% cut, which is why they don't bother. Sony seemed to get away with that, but they won't let Microsoft. Because we're like, I can buy stuff in the PlayStation app. Is like, yeah, Xbox has talked about how they'd love to do it, but
yeah,
what can you do? And they yoinked out cloud because they wanted to get cloud streaming on iOS, but Apple has literally said, nope, you need an app for every game.
It's so dumb.
They're a horrible company. I mean, they're all horrible companies, but Apple's especially horrible.
They do need to be bitch slapped a little bit by regulatory bodies.
Instead, people like Nick will just keep giving them half of their paycheck every month.
XboxEra CEO Torn Raptor says there's been a lot of comments under XboxEra videos of late. There has. And I have to say, for the majority, they've been good. Although there have been some weird people coming out lately out of the woodwork.
You haven't seen all the ones that don't make it through. That
I
YouTube
get sad
pulls to
because
the
I
side.
see the notification and I read like half of it and want to have a good laugh. And by the time I've actually loaded it up, you've wiped it. I'm like,
There's only been a few that make it through. If you just come on and insult, if it's just an insult, it's just being shitty, then we don't need it. If you have valid criticism, like I've been talking to people about Shadows of Doubt, because I could have gone more in depth, but I don't want to give away everything in a game in a review. I just want to give you the broad terms and maybe some specific points. But for the most part, I try to keep it on this is best experienced by yourself. Like, if I just tell you everything, where's the fun in that? I would like to hint at where things go and let you know some specifics. So, like, talking with people about Shadows of Doubt and my problems with it, not even before I even found out that it runs like ass on console, which makes sense why they never gave it to me. Those are discussions. But then there are other ones where people just drop by and immediately start shitting on everyone. So, yeah. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I like... This is our corner of the internet, and you might think you're coming with a valid point and you're taking it to the man, but if you insult us or just generally are a dick, we don't get paid to read it, buddy.
You've had so many new people commenting on MechWarrior. I just had to approve 7 perfectly fine posts.
Yeah, it's being spammed a lot.
Yeah, there's so many hitting. I have to keep going in because they're not bad. They're just being held by YouTube for approval. I'm like, yes, please, come on. Yeah,
it's really, really cool to see like that community still exists. Bearing in mind, MechWarrior was a game, I first played when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something. I'm delighted that it's out there and that people are commenting on our little coverage of it. Makes me think I should do more. But yes. There you go. It's fun times. Next up in news, outside of that update, the actual Xbox is getting an update for September that adds the ability for users to pre-download game updates. So you'll be able to pre-download them, go in there, set it up so that when it's back online, instead of you having to wait for the update to be pushed, you can just jump straight back in and play.
Yeah, it won't be. It's not for everything. It's just for like specific things that start opting into that, because it's like Steam. You can preload patches on Steam. So I think like Minecraft was one of the first ones doing it, and so as devs get used to it, they can opt in, and then You've got a 3 gig update that's not going to be patched, but you can download it and have it ready to install for, 3-4 days ahead of time if you don't have the fastest internet.
Yeah, correct. And they've also updated on the PC side of things. Game Bar now has a compact mode available for players.
It's
optimized for smaller screens and Windows handhelds. And yes, I can confirm it is much nicer.
Yeah, it's a way easier to use. The old Game Bar is very much built for having a mouse and moving things around and being bigger and having more space. The compact one, controllers work well, all that type of stuff. It's good.
Yeah. Xbox Era CEO Torn Raptor. Also good to see the subscriber count still on the rise. I'm glad it's continuing and the stagnation seems to be over. Yeah, I don't know what's happened over the last couple of weeks, but we're just steadily going up now. Like 100 a day, almost. It's kind of nuts. But good to see. More, please.
Yeah, it's been...
YouTube play button.
It was half a year of stagnation, of like hitting 25 grand and then staying at 25 grand, but then everyone had that happen. We've just finally had enough videos hit outside of our normal audience that it finally is just steadily going up all the time now. Like, Inotria hit 15, Mech Warriors like 16, we had 26k with NBA. Like, a lot of those are the ones that really get it. Like, there's 40 subs on the Mech Warrior video. So those are the ones that go really take off.
I'm just laughing. Birth to Burial, you're absolutely right. I played Final Fantasy, and I've definitely played some others at some point in my childhood, but nah, mate, not for me. Not for me. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That's all that
like,
Xbox
Christ.
No, I wouldn't.
Platinum Games is Gears of War weird slidey one.
Vanquish. Played it. It was okay. It was a poor man's Gears of War.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't trying to be literal Gears of War. It was animes of war. But
I got bored. Same with... I liked Bayonetta 1. Then I kind of got bored with Bayonetta 2.
The game that got a perfect 10 out of 10 on GameSpot.
Wow.
Yeah, I never understood that one. I liked 1. I thought 2 was okay, and I thought 3 was pretty good, but a little overrated.
But yeah, for the most part, it's not the way I.
You're British. If you can't take them over, you don't care. Colonialism or bust. That's how you guys go.
Xbox Era CEO Torn Raptor. Nick is right. If he smashes the special edition PS5 Pro, that will be your biggest video.
Yeah, like if he...
Yeah, Nick, do it for the channel.
Yeah, like he has any chance of having even got one. That was Scalper's Paradise today for everyone.
They're now up for £10,000 on eBay.
Yep. It is very funny that everyone was trying to get it after shitting all over the goddamn thing, but now it's gray with colored in friggin'. It's like, no, everyone just wants to flip it.
Yeah, you could probably just paint one yourself. Speaking of Sony and PlayStation, they had their State of Play. Did we live stream it? We didn't.
People would be very mad if we did. We had a thread open on the Discord, and we went through.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it with everybody on the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, you should. Discord.gg/XboxEra. Bunch of lovely folks on there. State of Play. We saw Alan Wake 2 get some Lake House DLC.
If you're a Control fan like me, looks real good.
Yeah, looks pretty. We got the release date for Monster Hunter Wilds. We're really sorry, Avowed. That February give you some breathing room time frame might feel a little squeezed in now. It suddenly seems. But that's coming February 28th, 2025.
We got in general a lot of stuff coming to Xbox, which is always my favorite type of State of Play. It's also my favorite type of Xbox show. I don't need Xbox to have... Now, Xbox obviously isn't going to have that because despite what people think, their June showcases feature a ton of games that are exclusive. They might eventually go somewhere else, but they're not at launch. Most of their stuff is not just... Like, even my son had the line, everything that... I heard everything Xbox just going to PlayStation. It's like, it's been 5 things. There's one more coming with Indiana Jones that we know of. There will probably be more. It's definitely not everything, and I doubt it would ever be everything. Because most of these places struggle to put a game out on the 2 platforms that they have to already. It's really hard to get them out on everything as we see all the time with games like Black Myth Wukong, which has sold, by the way, 20 million copies that on
That's
Steam.
amazing. That is
I
amazing.
think the majority of it is in China. That just shows the strength of the Chinese market if you can get into it. But yeah, like that game's done crazy. It's done well on PlayStation. It's done crazy good on PC. But yeah, I forgot my point. State of play. It was okay. That was an all right state of play. Not bad.
Yes, it was. What else do we have? We had Fear the Spotlight, a nostalgic tribute to 90s PlayStation 1 horror.
I think we're on the... That's Xbox. I think we're on the list for reviewing that one, possibly. I'm like, you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck. Xbox actually did put out a tweet with like, hey, these games are all coming to Xbox too. And they had
missed a couple.
I'm still going through.
No, Stein missed a couple, and then he had to put the tweet back up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he didn't have like Lunar on there, I think.
Oops. We have Towers of Agshabar, an action adventure thingy. Dynasty Warriors Origins got a release date. It does look pretty banging, actually.
1,000 people on screen at once. Like I remember the big thing was like this can have like 30 or 40 people like you're fighting at once in the original, and now it's you can have 1,000 people you're fighting at once in the newest one. It's always nice to see Koei Tecmo actually put a game out on Xbox. They rarely do.
And if you want to play that, that's coming out on January 17th. As a mainline entry. We saw Lego Horizon Adventures for the very popular and enormously brilliant and much loved Horizon franchise from PlayStation, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered.
I did not like the Lego Horizon trailer. It wasn't like it was all trying to be funny VO that I did not find funny at all. The game looks fine. I'm sure the game will be good.
Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, for those eager for that one, is landing on PlayStation 5 and PC on October 31st. That was from 2017, that game. Just in time for remastering.
It is side by side. You're like, oh yeah, that looks better. But there were a couple times where like Shingi was putting up side by side comparison things, and I thought the original was the remaster because I just preferred the art style. Because like they've really filled out. Like there was a guy who's got a gray beard and stuff in the original, and now it's all black. And I was like, he looks better in the original. But then you look at the grass and you look at everything. It's like, yep, that looks a lot better. They also have 10 hours of reshot lines and cutscenes. It's like, my God, why? I don't.
Herman's baby.
And I'm really and I don't think it's in here, but they immediately upped the price of the original. They doubled it. Wow. So it had been $20 for Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. It is now $40.
That's
because
piss poor.
You can do the $10 upgrade. So,
that is piss poor.
Normally they delist it. So I bet you once that I would be curious because it's on GOG and everything. I don't know if you can even delist there, but they normally delist stuff like they did with the original Spider-Man release. You only get remastered.
That's funny. Oh man. Fantasia Neo Dimension got a release date. That is coming on December 5th. Dragon Age. What the hell, John? Dragon Age The Veilguard got the new gameplay trailer.
It got an annoying gameplay trailer because I fought dragons in that goddamn preview event. We were not allowed to show them. Now I know why. It was literally a friggin' kind of boring to watch, and they had to cut through a dragon fight. It's like, the one I did was more exciting, and my gameplay was better. But this had PlayStation buttons on it, and not because it was all Xbox
filthy Xbox buttons.
Yeah, it was all Xbox controllers at the preview event on PC.
Astrobot got some DLC. 50 new worlds to go and explore, and it's free. That's good. You can rescue a Helldiver now. That's nice. There was the Midnight Walk, which was probably the thing I found most interesting. Handmade claymation visuals. This is from the developers that made Lost in Random, which I wasn't a big fan of.
No, I didn't give it a great review. It didn't play that good. It had a lot of really cool ideas, but then it didn't play that great.
Yeah, it didn't play great.
Yeah.
But that's PS5, and I don't know if that one is coming Xbox, isn't it?
No, that was the one that's not. It's PSVR as well.
That's it.
PSVR 2.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'll wait 6 months to a year. Hell is Us got a gameplay reveal, which is a new title from Rogue Factor that blends bits of Dark Souls and Remnant and other bits and pieces. That's coming somewhere in 2025. We had Metro Awakening on PlayStation VR.
Hell is Us.
Yeah. We had Archage Chronicles be announced as well, or shown.
Yeah, I think that was one with, like, the guy with the big old hammer smacking shit. That's on Xbox. Palworld
is out on PS5 now. That's on Xbox. But not in Japan.
It is still on, I think it's on Xbox and PC in Japan, but it did not release on PlayStation there. So it's worldwide, wherever PlayStation is, except Japan, as far as I know. Which is a weird one.
Thanks, Nintendo. Hitman World of Assassination got a VR reveal.
It's a PSVR 2 version of it, because there was already Hitman World of Assassination VR, but it was PSVR Hitman that used one hand.
Yeah,
it sucks. It's so limiting, that version, and then that version was brought to PC, and then a prototype version of this, it feels like, went to the Quest 3 and is really bad. It's somehow worse, even though I think you can use both hands. But now you can use both hands in PSVR 2. Looks a lot better. Hopefully it actually plays a lot better. So
yeah,
hopeful, because Hitman's amazing. One of the best friggin'... The Hitman trilogy on every platform is one of the best games of last gen.
Yeah, it's really good. I really liked it.
Especially when you don't play it like I have to be perfect. You just fuck around a lot. Then
it's a great sandbox to just experiment and see and push and pull the levers and see what happens.
Yeah.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. Obviously, that leaked a little bit earlier in the week.
Yeah, thanks to the PlayStation
Store.
Yeah, I am very curious because I don't think that game holds up the best as far as actually playing it. And one of the big reasons why was not having dual joysticks. So the camera was always really bad. It's a Spire, so I would keep my expectations to, I hope this is good. Maybe we'll be surprised and it's great. But yeah, it's those were two of my favorites from that Dreamcast PS2 era. So very, very hopeful that it's a solid one, because Aspire's done fine with the single-player stuff. It's more the multiplayer they've struggled with on the remakes. And this looks like one of their bigger ones because they had Crystal Dynamics alongside them.
That's nice.
And that'll be on Xbox, December 10th.
Yeah. We had some Stellar Blade crossed with Nier Automata DLC.
She is in almost... So 2B from Nier Automata is now in almost 40 games, I think.
I did see the developers put a tweet out, hey, we like money.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame
fair
them
enough.
at all.
Fair enough.
But she is in everything.
And then, yes, we had the Lunar Remastered Collection. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge got some DLC, which is available on Xbox, which is already on Game Pass.
They sent us a review code, but it's PC, so I can't give it to Nick.
Well, Nick chose Apple. That's his own fault.
I feel bad.
But obviously, the big highlight of Sony's state of play was the Ghosts of Yotai. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
I think. I have no idea.
Which is a follow-up to...
You skipped over all of their 20 or so PS5 Pro patch games. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going into that.
Yeah, no.
Whatever. You can go read a PlayStation blog.
I found the trailer funny because they showed the same games like 3 times to make it feel longer. Like they would bounce game to game to game, but then go back to a game they'd already shown. It's all the stuff you expect. There were new things mixed in there as well. I think it was like 7 new things. Jedi Survivor, which will really benefit from it. I don't know what Snake Eater or Veilguard are going to be like. The thing I'm real curious about are any of these that were more GPU bound, so they can do 60. Because I have no idea what Dragon Age Veilguard is going to play like on console. I don't know what Metal Gear Solid Delta. I mean, that's just Unreal Engine. It should be fine, but you never know. So it will be interesting to see. But yes, the big thing was, and it's also funny because of our later story, was we finally got the follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima, which is a good game.
Yeah. Yes, Ghosts of Yotai. I don't know. It's
you
a sequel.
Don't emphasize syllables. All syllables get the same emphasis, so it would be Yote. Like
Please tell me that's not how you say syllables and emphasis.
No, it's emphasis on syllables. It's a joke because you're emphasizing the wrong syllables to let people know. But yeah, there's every syllable gets the same emphasis pretty much.
But yeah, everyone's kind of pleased to see that Sucker Punch coming back with a follow up.
There was one thing, because the next part of the story is Sucker Punch is planning other spin-offs beyond Ghost of Yotei, which always makes me wonder, is this a spin-off or is this the full sequel? Because they said other spin-offs. Now, it could be a spin-off that is just the full next line, but Sony has had a habit of doing... God of War Ragnarok was like expansion into full game.
I'm about to ask a similar question.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Yeah.
Sequel, right?
I don't...
Ergo, and my follow-up question is it also releasing on PlayStation 4?
I don't know. I think graphically it looks nice. It doesn't look that different from Ghost of Tsushima, because Ghost of Tsushima was a very good-looking game. I bet you it might be, by that point next year, it might only be PS5. Like, they hadn't really made the full-on PS4 is done jump until like Helldivers and Rebirth this year. So I'm gonna guess PS5 only. You never know, but I think it's pretty safe it would be PS5 only, and it looks really nice. Looks good. People are already getting mad because it's a female protagonist. It is a 300-year jump. So you're in the year 1603, because she has a gun at the end. So people are like, whoa. So yeah. JB1521, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I was underwhelmed if this was like a big PS5 Pro showcase. It looks nice, but it just looked a little off. I don't know how to say it, but I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Maybe early rendered footage, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. They don't go crazy with the
I've seen
quality on their streams either.
I've seen a few people say it doesn't look as great, or it doesn't look like the leap you would have expected.
And then they called it they said it's a spin-off and other spin-offs, and I'm like,
how big is this game?
I'm curious. Like, I think it would actually be fine if it's not huge, because they're still one of the publishers that has had the problem of just being overstuffed.
We shall see. But they're not going to be alone in competing for games steeped in Japanese culture, because Assassin's Creed Shadows has been officially delayed. That is following, according to reporting from Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming, the cancellation of Assassin's Creed Shadows previews. And
I mean, they're not doing it anymore, so I'm guessing I could say I'm very sad I didn't get to do that.
Yeah. And the yanking of whatever they were going to show for Tokyo Game Show. And then it kind of gets a bit crazier. The Ubisoft board is investigating leadership into the company following its struggles. Its stock has taken some massive dips. And the statement that Ubisoft released said, in the light of recent challenges, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, beyond the important short-term actions undertaken, the executive committee at Ubisoft, under the supervision of the board of directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player-centric approach, and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher-performing model to the benefit of our stakeholders and shareholders. Finally, this is an interesting one. Let me address some of the polarized comments around Ubisoft lately. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. What?
They want to keep giving breath to the grifting chuds, because they're... It would make sense that one of the companies out there with the most known, like, toxic culture would feed into this dumb shit. They seem from the outside to be very poorly run. They've gone from being worth over 7 billion to being barely over 1 in a handful of years. They still make some games I absolutely love. I really like Star Wars Outlaws. Definitely could have used a little more time in the oven, as showcased by the fact that I had to do a review in progress because my review build broke. Thankfully, it was fine for the public, but pre-order available now. Not anymore. I was watching an old trailer. It sucks. I really like the games that Ubisoft's devs make. I really dislike their leadership and hope that things change, and have no idea how they can. They have too many employees to ever be easily bought. So yeah, I have no idea what they can do other than they need to fix something, because it seemed like this should have been their year. They had Prince of Persia, which was great. They had Star Wars Outlaws, which is very good. And then Assassin's Creed looked amazing, and yet they had a rough launch and haven't sold well with Outlaws, and now Assassin's Creed's just completely delayed because it's seemingly a bit on fire. Stinks.
Yeah, the game industry needs to change. I've been thinking about writing something now and doing like a more in-depth piece just about a lot of these challenges and the struggles, but it's such a complicated topic, and there is so much going on at the moment that I haven't had time to sift through my brain for all of the nuggets and thoughts about what the future, perhaps not that I want it to be this, but that I think it needs to be in order to kind of bring gaming back to where it should be as an industry. I don't know. There's a complicated topic, but yeah, if you're looking forward to Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's now releasing in February, so next year. So, hey, it will be in a better state than if it had released next month. So,
hopefully,
every cloud has a silver lining.
You never know how they've been lately.
Hood, Outlaws and Legends.
Speaking of your folk heroes,
delists on February 18th, and it's no longer being available. So yeah, that's the end.
It was that I think it was PvPvE.
Yeah, it was
Robin Hood game. I think we had coverage for it, but it's since been completely nuked from the internet. Forgot this game existed. So I guess I would be part of the problem. I had completely forgot that this, because there was also another one that I reviewed that was a single player co-op game that was awful. That, you know what? It would have been a really good 2008 arcade game. It had that depth to it. You did the same combos over and over. Your characters almost never changed. It looked okay. That's not this. This is like was this like an pickpocket the sheriff, steal the vault key? Okay, so like you were going in. I have no idea what this game is. It's kind of pretty. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it was an extraction thing. Look, break in, extract stuff.
Yeah. It was. See, that's what happened with the extraction genre. Is a lot of people try to jump in late, and you can't really. Yeah, this is a 66 on OpenCritic. 24% critics recommend. It was on. Was it only on it? No.
I love you missed the first headshot and alerted the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Oh dear. Never mind. Anyways,
I feel bad. I like Focus Home and the stuff they put out generally, and this one didn't seem to catch on at all, because we're pretty good at keeping up on the news, and I forgot it existed.
Bad times. Speaking of games that are excellent, though, Space Marine 2 has got a patch today. It's available now. I've just updated my copy on Steam. I haven't checked Xbox, but it said the patch was everywhere, so I'm just going to take the patch notes at its word. It gets ultra-wide support on PC, which I am delighted to hear, because I've been holding off on playing through it until ultra-wide support was in, and a new sparring arena for you to duke it out with your buddies on the battle barge.
Henry Cavill quite likes this game.
He really does.
He's a big Warhammer fan. He was on his PC playing the multiplayer, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't get to play it for the review. Thankfully, it's pretty good. It's deep enough and fun. So, yeah, I love me some Space Marine 2.
A whole host of patch notes. There's loads of new things. They've added message of a day. They've added reset custom color presets, gunplay and balancing tweaks, campaign difficulty tweaks, operations mode tweaks, PvP, AI, further customization, and general bug fixes. So there's a bunch of new stuff in there. It's a chunky patch, and they've got quite the roadmap. So I wish the team over at Space Marine
maybe not their CEO.
Yeah, Yeah,
it's the people who like completely miss the point of the thing they're working on. Sometimes it's like, I like that it didn't impose its morals. Like, there's a lot of moral imposing in the Warhammer universe, especially 40K, and how like the Space Marines are not the good guys. Like, I don't know. It's. I guess sometimes when it's a little deep and people did just want some good, dumb old 360 PS3 style fun, you try to ignore it, but you can't pretend it doesn't exist when it definitely does. And it's good. Yeah. It's one of the best parts about Warhammer is that it's actually pretty deep. And it's a very friendly and engaging community behind it, despite the dude bro look.
Yeah. Fun times.
Not really.
But yes. There you go. Space Marine 2, new patch. You can go download it now and shoot some Tyranids. I haven't read this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is from VGC, written by Jordan Midler. Bethesda takes down Thatcher's tech-based Doom mod again for disobeying a ZeniMax employee. The mod shot to popularity on social media due to its reference to real-life politics. This is a popular satirical mod of the legendary shooter, which infuses references to British politics into the game. In it, Margaret Thatcher rises from the dead, and the player has to descend into the 10th circle of hell to kill her again.
She'd be all the way down there.
Oh, dear.
Do you get to play as a miner when you do it?
Yeah. Wow. That's funny. There you go. It's been pulled again.
Did they say in the article, because I perused the article, I found it very funny. They didn't say what the disobeying of the person was?
No, they just said in the message, the mod has been reported one or more times for code of conduct violation, real world politics, and deliberately disobeying a ZeniMax employee. There's no reference or information on what that refers to, but it's possible it refers to the new mod's obfuscation of the political content rather than its complete removal.
Okay.
So that probably rings true to me. So there you go. That's amusing. And then lastly in the news,
this was cool.
Street Fighter. Ken and Chun-Li are officially joining Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. So 2 Fatal Fury characters are included in the current lineup of Street Fighter 6 DLC. And now it's swapping the other way around. Ken and Chun-Li from Street Fighter are going into Fatal Fury.
Yeah, this is nice.
Ken is arriving summer 2025 and Chun-Li in winter 2025.
It's a heck of a collab finally between Marvel and SNK, or freaking Capcom and SNK again, when they had done it for a few games and over, and then like Terry Bogard being literally the first guest character ever in a mainline Street Fighter game. Now we get some really cool looking Ken and Chun-Li's coming into what is a very nice looking Fatal Fury game. Nick played it at Gamescom. He liked it quite a bit, especially because he won a bunch, so he was very happy. But yeah, I threw that one in there because I like those types of things in fighting games. They keep me a little more into them. Fighting games, I think a lot get carried by a lot around them. Like you can, like, what is Smash Brothers? It's a little fun game that is made so much more fun by having just all these weird people beating the shit out of each other. And the more you get that in fighting games, the more fun it is. That's why it would be cool if there ever was some part of Microsoft or Xbox that wanted to do like a crossover anything, even kart racer or whatnot. That would be neat if you had like the Doom guy and Master Chief going at it or on the same side type of thing.
I still want to play a Halo themed Metroidvania. I'd be all over that, like fly on shit.
That's right after the Dream Halo Mass Effect style RPG. As a Spartan, I don't want to be a regular friggin' person. You guys always say like, "Oh, give me more ODS teams." Like, no.
You could easily do it where you're a normal friggin' person and then you get accepted. Just like in Mass Effect, we're going to accept you into the Spartan program instead of the Spectre program, and you can become a Spartan and you'll work for Oni, and then you'll undo Oni from the. Oh, it'd be great.
And
think about what you could do.
You bring in Martin Sheen to voice the head of Oni.
Yeah, that'd be a great callback. But there you go. That's pretty much all of the news. There has been a lot. And we probably didn't cover everything, but it's a succinct hour, and we try to keep it that way for your listening and or viewing pleasure. We'll be back on Saturday for the usual podcast shenanigans.
You might be in
And
StreamYard
again,
if I'm dead. From hurricanes.
depending upon hurricanes.
It's beautiful outside. It's definitely not going to change in the next 10 hours.
We'll see. Jury's still out on exactly what Nick will make the podcast be about, but my money, if you want to understand what the theme will be, it won't be about Tokyo Game Show and all these Japanese games. It will be just about Soul Reaver for some reason. You can bet money on it, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
also should have been scheduled by now. I don't know why he hasn't done it.
Yeah, he didn't do it till Friday last time.
You better use the friggin' Google form. It'll be a Google form for patron questions, so
That's
not
true.
the normal
So
link.
Discord folks will be able to participate as well.
I'm just gonna start putting. I might start just posting that friggin' form for people so they can start asking. Don't need him.
It's true. He'll get mad though.
We shouldn't wait till Thursday to schedule a podcast.
This is one thing. But there you go. Other than that, keep an eye on XboxEra.com. There are a bunch of reviews, I think, going live possibly today, like 4 of them.
Are there?
There's 3 or 4.
Yeah, a lot of written ones.
There's a bit of a backlog. Yeah. So you can keep an eye out on that. And obviously, if we end up doing a stream for All You Need Is Help, we will give you a shout and let you know on
I guess
Discord.
that's 2 or 4. So if there's only 2, and we can't get 2 more, then you two should be fine to be able to do it. 4 preferred, if we could.
Yeah. Good. All right. That's it. Go play some video games, you wonderful folks. And we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.